kind of had an idea for what the emotions might be like coming up. What did expectation compare to reality for you?
It was definitely tough in the beginning. Probably to get my legs going more than anything. And then obviously at the end, just the reaction from the crowd and you get the other team and the refs and our guys. I mean, everybody being on it together, I think is emotional for sure. And I talked to guys a bit after the game too, and yeah, I mean everything starts running through your head. I mean it's definitely emotional, but like I said, you're really proud and grateful for everything that I've been through.
What did it mean to have that kind of reception from the fans that are skating off for the last time?
Oh, it means everything. It means everything to me. I mean, I gave everything I had to this organization for a long time, and to be received like that and sent out like that, I mean, it's a bit of validation and satisfaction. That they feel the same way. So.
What did it mean to you just to wear the sweater the last 14 years?
I mean, I've said it a bunch. I mean, this organization means a lot to me. I'm loyal to them, to the city. I came here at 18 and didn't know what to expect. I can remember sitting up in the stands watching a game and just being amazed at the support for the team from the fans, and that hasn't changed my whole career. So it means a lot to me. The ownership group, the boss and the Andel family, putting all their resources behind making this a great place to play, a great city to live in for myself and my family and all the guys.
How often do you plan on coming back to watch some Griffins games?
I don't plan on leaving, so I'll be here a lot. So I think the Wings and the Griffins are in good hands. There's a lot of young guys coming in that are going to be really, really good players, and most importantly, they're good kids. They're good players, but I think personalities we have coming through the system right now are good, and I think it's a great future for everybody.
Did it really quite hit you when you were playing tonight, or when the whistle blew? Was it just kind of like, all right, take care of business, and maybe when it was wrapped up, it felt a little more real, or what was your mentality kind of in the game?
I think it kind of came in waves for me. It was kind of like, at the beginning it was there a ton, and then you start playing and you kind of get into the groove and trying to help the guys win, but it comes in waves, and then you start getting towards the end, and you start thinking about it here and there. And it's definitely a tough game to play, but we got through it, and the guys did. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the win, but it was a good effort.
Now, what was it like having your brother here tonight, who also played pro for your last game?
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I have my brother and my parents here as well. I see my wife and daughter. I mean, having them here, that's my support system. I've tried to prove them right every day. They believe in me, and I think having them here, especially my brother. I mean, we played against each other. He beat me up in the basement, I think, for years trying to play hockey, so it got me tough. So having him here is amazing. He's a guy that I leaned on for everything through my career.
How much did you hear about Brian Lashoff Day in the locker room?
A lot. I think Simons came in and said it's a hostess where we have pregame. He said happy Brian Lashoff Day. So that's pretty funny. I mean, that was just a cool moment. I mean, just to see how much you mean in the city, and then it meant a lot.
Did you wear the shirt with your face on it?
Oh, the legend shirt?
Yes.
No. I came in and those were hung up, and that was pretty funny. I definitely wasn't going to wear it, but it was fun. All the guys did. The coaches did for a while too.
You're clearing bodies. Sorry, go ahead. You're clearing bodies all over the net tonight. Was there any thoughts in the back of your mind, like, oh, I still got it, maybe one more, and run it back?
No, I mean the upper body still got it, but probably not the lower body right now. So I just try to play the same way I have my whole career, and unfortunately, when you get with some pretty bad injuries, I think over the last couple of years, it kind of slowed me down a bit. So I try to kind of change your game a little bit, but I think playing hard for the guys is something I always try to do from 18 to 32.
So what's next for Brian Lashoff?
I'm going to take some time, a little bit here, take a breath, enjoy some time with my family. I think, you know, that means a lot to me to be able to have that time with them after the season. So, and then we'll see. I want to stay in hockey. I think I got a lot to offer, and but we'll make that decision in the future.
Yep. You got a nice set of new clubs from Sean Horkoff there. Where are you taking them to first, and who's going to be in your foursome?
That's a good question. Yeah, I needed some clubs. I think probably the guys, a couple guys stay around town in the summer, which is fun. So I'll have a good summer, trying to get better because I'm starting from a low place.
Do you have any messages for the next generation of hockey players who want to grow up to be the next Brian Hedgehog?
Oh, I mean, my message to the group in here, especially, was just like I said earlier, man. We have everybody in here's got a support system, not only the families and friends, but the coaching staff and the management, and so I think you're here for a reason, and try to prove them right every single day. You got people that believe in you and enjoy every moment you got playing this game. You don't know how long it's going to last, and I was lucky enough to have it last a long time, and I think to be able to enjoy it every single day when you're young, I think is tough because you're kind of in that, you know, instant gratification mode when you're young. You want it right away, but you know, you never know how long you got, so to enjoy it every day.
What did you think of your first pro game?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit different. The speed is obviously, and time. You really don't have a lot of time out there, but felt good. The guys were all really nice to me, very positive, so they made it very easy for me to play. I played with really good line mates, so I think it was a positive one. It sucks that we didn't get the win for Brian. Wish we would have done that, but it was a positive game.
First point out of the way, what did you see on the play?
Yeah, it was a good play by Gillespie to get it deep. I picked it up, kind of went around the net. I knew Talker was coming off the bench, and he just went in a good spot and put it in, and it was a really good shot. So, yeah, a little bit lucky, but I'll take it.
And for the simple question, what's the biggest difference between the Ontario League and the League?
Oh, there's a few. Speed is one of them. On face-off, strength, just overall strength in general. They can knock you off the puck pretty good, and everyone's so smart, and so it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm very excited for it.
What do you feel like you bring to this team?
As of right now, I'm just trying to get my feet wet, you know, play as well as I can, and just gather some experience. But I think that I can bring, you know, some positive energy, and on the ice, you know, some speed, some playmaking ability. But I'm just trying to play my game and see what happens.
Now, what was it like playing with the legend tonight?
It was pretty cool. You know, I've only known him for a few days, but you can tell like how good of a leader he is and how good of a person. And yeah, it was really cool to be able to be a part of his last game in this building. So yeah, really good.
You played juniors just down the road in Flint. You know, did you have a lot of family and friends coming on by to see your first pro game?
I didn't. I'm a little bit far from home, about 6 hours. My parents were gonna come. They didn't end up being able to make the trip, but I know they were all watching back home on TV. I had a few fans from Flint came to watch me, so that was pretty cool seeing them.
Do you know, are you going to go to Toledo at all for their playoff run, or are you done after?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay. I think I'm going home after, you know, this season ends, and you know, rest my body for a few weeks, then get to training and work on getting a little stronger to be ready for next year.
What's your training plan? Are you going to be around the Detroit area? Are you going home? Or?
I have to talk to them about that still, but you know, I'll be excited no matter what it is.
You've really stepped up and stepped in the last part of this season. What does it mean to be able to just provide a lot of goaltender backup for this team?
Yeah, it's been great. I was excited when I found out I had a chance to come here, so I thought I had a good couple games. It's been really fun.
Now you're really quick, and your glove hand is quite fantastic. Is that something that you've been working on, or does it come natural to you? Or?
I think it's just the day-to-day process, just in practice and everything. It's been kind of a nice every day.
So what has it been like playing with Brian these past few weeks?
Oh, it's been awesome. I'm obviously new, but he's a great leader, and it's pretty cool to see him play it for so long.
What are you hoping to show in this step?
I was just trying to come in there and give us a chance to win every night, so I did a good job.
Talk about that lunging save you made earlier on the game. You kind of dove out of the net a little bit. Looked a little unorthodox there, but looked pretty good from up top.
Yeah, that one just popped up there, and it's kind of hard to see with the black roof, but I was trying to get my best. It was a pop 5 almost.
Are you, Brian Mahoney-Wilson, like what are you kind of learning with him and what are you guys kind of trying to focus on?
Yeah, he's been awesome. We've been on the ice almost every practice day, so he's been giving me really good advice, and it's been a great time.
So, tough way to end the season on the home side of things here, but you yourself get another goal, and one of your best offensive performances or seasons in pro hockey. How have you kind of looked back on this year so far?
Overall, just kind of disappointing with the team, where the team went. I think, it's always going to start with me in that situation. I think, I have to be better and be a leader, make sure night in, night out that, make sure everyone's ready to play and make sure that, I'm being a leader out there. So, it's kind of where it starts, and then, after that, just trying to improve next season and continue to be a leader for this group.
Obviously, Lash's last game here, what has he meant to you as a teammate and as a leader over the last couple of years?
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind is just unbelievable teammate. Ever since I got here, he's been the guy. He's the guy you look up to, the guy you text when you don't know what's going on, or the extension of the coaching staff that I think every group needs, and it's just been a pleasure to play with him.
On the other end, you have Lombardi coming in, making his pro debut, just a young kid. How have you worked with him on and off the ice in order to get him kind of settled into his pro game here?
Yeah, me and Daniel got in after practice yesterday, so we didn't really get to skate with him, but, morning skate today, just kind of got to see his skill, and, I think it was a seamless transition, on my end, just as a centerman, it's tough to come in and play in this league, and I thought he did a really good job, and, he's an easy guy to play with, and you just tell he's a really smart guy, and it's fun.
Did you call for that puck, or did you just see it coming?
He definitely just saw me, and I know that he saw me, so just kind of a regular play that I think he can make consistently.
What was your kind of reaction to the reaction that Lash got tonight from the fans?
The reaction to the reaction?
Yeah.
I thought it was well deserved. I thought it was although obviously the outcome. Honestly, we were out of the playoffs. I was happy with the compete level of the guys, and obviously it was about Brian tonight. So he was able to finish his career on his own terms, which a lot of times you don't get to do. So for him to be able to do that is it's awesome. First and foremost, but be able to share it with your family. His brother was here, his nephews, his daughter, his wife, his parents. So kudos to him.
You always kind of talk about, some players maybe not realizing that sometimes careers can be short in this league, in this game. He plays 14 years here, and you've obviously been there for a lot of it as well. What has he brought to this team and to this game itself?
Well, you don't know when your next shift is. Your life can change in one phone call, whether it's an injury or something can change it for better, can change it for the worse. But I think what Brian has left with this organization is you look at the number of players that have gone on to play in Detroit, have gone on to play in other organizations in the NHL that have turned into really good American League players, even guys that haven't turned out to be, prolific hockey players. They've left here as better players because they've been around him. Just how to be a pro, how to conduct yourself on a daily basis, really putting the team first ahead of yourself. That epitomizes who Brian is.
How about Amadeus' debut on the very opposite end of the spectrum there, pro careers?
Yeah, well, it's funny. The end of one and the beginning of another, I thought Amadeus had a solid first game. Nice play on the goal tonight, and then encouraging things. So he's, it'll be interesting to see tomorrow with quick turnaround and the travel, and again playing a team that's fighting for their lives for a playoff spot. So, but I thought all things considered, he played very well tonight.
Between him and Carter Mazur, William Wallander, you've had a lot of guys come in and making their pro debuts here. Now, how do you kind of ease them into the pro game, or you kind of determine, this kid's ready, it's thrown in the fire?
Well, we haven't really had the luxury of easing guys in, so it's and I think that's the best way. Go in and throw them, put them in the best positions possible, and see how they react. And so far, these young kids, it's been very encouraging. The future, some of these prospects coming in are extremely talented. They just need to get stronger, need to get a little bit heavier, and that'll come with age. You can't rush that. So it'll be exciting. When the influx of younger players come in next year, definitely going to be extremely talented at the least.
Can you just kind of talk about what Ryan Bednard's been bringing to the team since he's been here?
Well, you know, Betsy came up and it was tough, and you know, we're thankful that Greenville's coach, Andrew Lord, let him come to us because you don't necessarily have to let the player come, and obviously they're fight for their playoff lives in Greenville. They might be in there, but to let him come up for the opportunity that he's had, I think that Ryan's had a heck of a 4 or 5 game stint here. He served himself well. His numbers were terrific, so hopefully, you know, there's always something to play for. We talked about as a group whether we're out of play. I thought he served himself well by playing well in front of really, really adverse conditions at times.
Now, one of the main goals of the AHL is development. How do you feel development-wise things went for you this season?
Well, I think a lot of guys are walking out these doors next week way better hockey players than they did coming in. So some of them a little bit further ahead of the curve. Some guys we obviously want to expedite it a little bit quicker, but I think all in all, we had a lot of progress and growth from a lot of the other guys.
Overall, looking at the season out of the team, obviously there were so many tough results and opportunities for this team to kind of climb back up the stands in that playoff race. What when you look back at the season, what are going to be your general thoughts?
You know, I was proud of the fact the majority of these games this year we've been extremely competitive. Even tonight, I mean, their roster had 14 players that played in the National Hockey League tonight. So they've got a lot of, again, they've got some good vets that are proven American League scorers. They've got some young kids that have played in the NHL. Defensive core, the average size is probably 6'11". I mean, it seems like they're extremely big and mobile, but at the end of the day, we were very competitive, and I think we played a pretty solid game tonight.